I welcome on YourPedia Global, and this my video is related to the reading comprehension part of GRE. As you are already aware, GRE is made up of two components. One is verbal, another is quantitative aptitude. In verbal, 50% of the verbal is reading comprehension, whether it is logic based or otherwise, but it's a reading comprehension. Many students fear that reading comprehension they may not score, but then there are some tricks in reading comprehension. The moment you start solving reading comprehension passage, you will realize that there are some tricks, and if you follow those tricks, then solving or getting correct answer is very easy. Let me also tell you that you need not to have the knowledge of the topic to correctly answer the questions. So even if the topic given in reading comprehension is beyond your understanding, don't you worry, it is not required. You need not to have the full knowledge of the topic. It is like even vocabulary words will be there, you need not to know those words also, but you can always make a sense. And if you follow some strategies, tricks and tips, then I'm very sure your answer will be correct. And there's a particular pattern in GRE questions, reading comprehension questions, and if you follow that particular pattern, then you can score very good. Let me share one passage, and I'm very sure you can see this particular passage now. So you can stop your screen here for some time and read this particular passage before I discuss with you the questions. So maybe you can yeah, you can stop your screen here. You can stop it and you can read this particular passage. Now, you see, whenever you are reading the passage, it is always good that you make some kind of notes or presses of the passage. He will be giving you some kind of paragraphs. First paragraph, what do you understand? Second paragraph, what do you understand? Third paragraph, what do you understand? So you need to make some kind of, small. He will be giving you paper and pen. So one or two lines you can write. So he's telling you about the some kind of census data about the unemployment, and he's comparing the entrepreneurial things with unemployment. Unemployment means not getting job, entrepreneurship means finding your own job or creating your own job. So when unemployment rate is there, and another economic parameter he's talking about is the recession also. So when there is a contraction in hiring, I mean hiring is less. Why hiring is less? Because unemployment is there, because economy is not doing good, there may be recession. So he's talking about the recession, and when there is a recession, there is a contraction in hiring, and when there is a contraction in hiring, people may feel like opening their own ventures, maybe entrepreneurship. But entrepreneurship should not be on the at the cost of, like, if I'm not getting job, I become entrepreneur. It should not be like that, because entrepreneurship is also risky. This paragraph is all about that. So he says that recession is not the right time to open your business, because recession means businesses are not going. So it is a very paradoxical situation. Paradox is, economy may recession is going on, I'm not getting jobs because companies are not hiring. If I'm not getting the job, I cannot start my own company, because if I start my company, it may not work. So he's saying that recession is there, unemployment is there, and that may lead to more entrepreneurial opportunity, and entrepreneurial ventures. People may start their own ventures. That is what he's talking about. And also in this paragraph, so he talks about some kind of risk, and also he's talking about option, better option. Like, you want to take a job which suits your qualification, you don't want to take any job. So he says that would-be entrepreneur will have nothing to lose, but in fact they will have something to lose, because obviously they will be investing their time and money. So he says that it does not impact the economy positively. Whatever is happening, this paradox is not going to give any benefit. Average number of new businesses per year has been higher during the recession. That is what the data is giving than it was before. So earlier, number of businesses which were opening were less, but now it is having. But he talks about proportion of high value businesses. Now he's comparing the difference between business and high value business. Percentage of high value business each year has declined. So percentage of businesses which are being opened has declined. High value businesses have declined. Even if business manager stays solvent, that means even if he's surviving, it may not be making big benefit or something like that he's talking about, because investors he may not get it. So this is all about this paragraph. And now you will make a small brief mental map of this paragraph and then proceed forward for questions. And I want to tell you more about this particular question. I want to tell you about the question which he is going to ask you. So let me again share this screen with you. Yes, so let's go to the question now, and that is where the trick come. The first question is, what is the primary purpose of the passage? I tell you, in this passage I'm going to give you three questions. One question is related to the primary purpose of the passage. Whenever he is asking you the primary purpose of the passage, one trick works very well, and the trick is this. The trick is, the primary purpose of the passage should be holistic. It should cover entire passage which we have read. It should be holistic. Entire passage should be covered, not very minute part of that. That is the thumb rule. That is the thumb rule which we are to follow. So you see the choices which are given here now. The purpose changes, this passage proposes changing the way public generally interpret census data. Now census data is mentioned only in the first couple of lines. So the purpose of the passage cannot be interpretation of the census data. No, it is very narrow in perspective. Maintain that college students should form their own companies. Nowhere it is suggested that they should form their own company. It's a wrong statement. So passage is not telling that they should open the company. They are opening the company in the recession. That is something different, but they are not. It is a wrong statement. Present the nuanced view of contemporary economic issue. Looks like correct because he is talking about some economic paradox, economic issue. Let's go for next word. Evaluate the viability of low versus high value businesses. So he's not sitting on the evaluation of viability of low versus high value businesses under various environmental conditions. So he's not, environmental conditions are not discussed actually. Economic conditions are discussed, but if even if I consider recession is environmental discussion, but even then low value and high value businesses evaluation he's not doing. He's not saying low value and high value. That also is a very narrowly he's mentioning percentage of high value is decreasing low value businesses, but that is also very narrow perspective. Again, it does not talk about entire paragraph. So businesses, he's not only talking about the businesses, he's talking about the recession, he's talking about the unemployment and entrepreneurship. Those things he's talking about. Draw analogy between career decision and real estate decision. That again, he has made some kind of analogy, but that is not the entire theme. So there is only one choice. If you clearly see, there is only one choice in the all answers where he is actually talking about the entire passage. So if you see, first line is a narrow perspective, that is very, very narrow. Second may he's a wrong statement, this is not a correct statement. Third may looks like entire paragraph flows, that is correct. Low and high value viability of that, again that is not very correctly mentioned, that is not mentioned there. Very narrow perspective in the E. So answer is C in this, because that only is capturing entire paragraph. And you can stop your video here and you can read this answer also which is given, but I've given you the gist. If he's asking about the theme of the paragraph, the best way to do that is theme of the paragraph is mentioned, then we are to see the answer in which entire thing is mentioned. Let's go for next question. According to passage, what is the reason that many college graduates are choosing to launch their own companies? What did we understand? Why they want to open their own companies? Because maybe they are not getting the jobs which suits their profile. Unemployment is high. Now let's see what is answer choice. They are hampered by difficulty of finding outside investor. No, investor will be difficult, but that is not stopping them from opening the company. That is not the reason they are opening the company. And this statement looks like wrong. They are hampered by difficulty of finding outside investor. If that is the case, they will not open the venture, but it's saying why they are opening that. So first statement is wrong. They cannot easily land position typically open to worker of their experience. Looks like correct. The prevalence of low value companies has increased, but that is not the reason. If low value companies have increased, they should get into job. Why they're opening into companies? They are forced to decide between renting and buying. Again, irrational statement. I tell you another trick in GRE verbal is, it is easy to find 4 incorrect answer than finding 1 correct answer. It is easy sometimes to find 4 incorrect than to find 1 correct. So 4 incorrect you can easily eliminate. Forecast of unemployment rate are likely to become less dire in coming. Again, that is irrational. So 2 3 choices will be irrational, they will not be mentioned in the paragraph. You can easily eliminate that. So he's mentioning very clearly that there's a contraction in hiring at existing companies, so unemployment is high, that is basically pushing them for good jobs, so they are not getting jobs suitable for their qualification. That is a reason for this. Okay, so you can stop your screen here and watch answer, see this answer what is given for us. Last question for the day, inference based. Whenever there is an inference based question, answer will not be found in the passage because it is an interpretation. You need to go beyond the scope of your passage. So the entire, what is the main theme of the passage, that answer will be in the passage. First question, answer you have to find within the passage. Inference question, you have to find the answer beyond the scope of the passage. So what is the inference of this passage over, recent recession, the number of American high value businesses found per year? He's asking what is the interpretation, what you will say during the recession, what has happened to the American high value businesses. I would like to take you to this paragraph. You see this somewhere it is mentioned. Okay, I think high value business, many new enter putting their money. Yeah, the proportion of high value businesses, maybe I can show you this. Yeah, the proportion of high value businesses founded each year has declined. Percentage of high value businesses founded each year has declined, so it is mentioned here. Now can we answer on the basis of this? Let's see whether we can answer on the basis of this question. Question is this: high value businesses founded per year, what has risen? Fallen sharply? No. Has fallen moderately? No. Has risen sharply? Sharply word again is not correct. Has risen moderately. See, number one, if you can reject, very easily you can reject all the choices. He has said it has fallen, but sharply word is not mentioned. Fallen moderately, again that word is not mentioned. So sharply, moderately things are not mentioned. Another thing you check here, he's not asking the percentage of high value company, he's asking the number. There's a difference between percentage and number. Maybe the percentage has gone down, but the number has gone up. So the question is about number, but in the passage he is talking about the proportion or percentage, and that is where the difference is. So the answer for this is not ABCD, that is the E word. Stop your screen here and see carefully what he is mentioning, and you will understand what is the meaning of this. So he's mentioning about the proportion, not the number. And I'm sure now, I think you have understood what I mean to say. So today's GRE passage which I gave you, in that there were 3 questions. One was about the entire passage. You need to find that answer which talks about the entire passage. Inference maybe outside the scope of the passage, that can be there. But the trick is, it is easy to eliminate a couple of choices than to find the right answer. And the second is, whenever he's asking what is the main theme of the passage, try to see the answer which is holistic. I hope you understood it. And now I think we can sum it up. So go for it and keep revising on platform of YourPedia Global. We are uploading these videos for your benefit. You can revise with us. Thank you.